Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into single type cap with a new haircut. So let's see what we have here, because we're looking at a triple shadow line with Cantonian Macap on the lead, Cantonian Sandslash at the back, and of course freaking Poltergeister the Dusclops as a shadow once again. So this triple shadow team might be just what you need to even expand your elo on Go Battle League, so why not use it? And of course leave a like before you go in the end, because we're taking a look at a powerful team coming back to back on your screens with daily videos. Right here we're having the Granbull coming in, so let's return to the commentary, because Poltergeist is gonna one-shot this Charmer out of the way. So Body Slam here can be taken easily from my Dusclops, but the following leaks are gonna be kinda lethal to us. So I know they have some energy to spare here, and Snorlax will definitely go ahead and throw that energy with the Body Slam on my next Pokemon, whatever that is. So that's why I'm gonna go in with the Mac and now try to completely farm down with that Sandslash. How spammy is that Snorlax? Another move we have to block, and now the Earthquake to finish off the final Pokemon, which is the Mac. A whole family of those Macs got destroyed and erased out of existence from my Sandslash, and that's looking pretty wonderful if you ask me. So into the next one now, and we're having a primeape up on the lead, kind of a good lead for us, so we're gonna see the switch on the face of the Sandslash. So this is kind of weird, because Sandslash is getting the move Night Slash, because it is a Sandslash anyways, and now we can still pressure with our Dusclops and the amazing Ice Punch here, which is just gonna do super effective damage, and of course we can throw back to back at this point. Will they take it though? Yes they are. Pretty nice call if you ask me, because now they can easily farm down and get out of here with a decent amount of energy. Just gonna block a potential Earthquake at this point, which it is, and now we can easily farm down right after. With Sandslash out of the way, perhaps we can have a very nice battle with our Mac here. Because we know they have the Primeape, but now they have to throw first their Hypno. Things aren't looking that well for us, and also they can reach to their next move. I'm just gonna shield here, because I know that even a Cross Chop can be deadly against my Pokemon, and of course we can pressure now for the Earthquake. I was about to say Night Slash, for the Earthquake and the big damage, and now we're gonna go down to this Ice Punch. The Confusions are still gonna do a lot of damage, but hopefully we can reach at the last second. I mean, this was a last turn choice to go for that Dark Pulse, secure the victory, and Mac was an amazing Pokemon for that battle for sure. So into the next one now, and we're having Cofagrigus up on the lead, able to get those spammy Night Slashes, and that's why I like my Sandslash here as a safe switch. There is no real strategy behind switching around your Sandslash whenever you have a bad lead, something like a Ghost type like this Cofagrigus, or a Sandslash of the opponent, or a Donphan, or you know, something that Mac is afraid of. You have to switch out to your Sandslash, because this Pokemon covers effectively those weaknesses, and also has general coverage against whatever your opponent might throw up against you. So this clefable was kinda obliged in using their energy, and they're gonna get to the Meteor Mass, which is pretty neat for them. But of course, if I can block the second one, perhaps I can farm down right on time. We can do it. Cofagrigus returns, and we're already there on that double Thunder Punch. Can we take the shield? No, we cannot. At the back there is gonna be a Mac, I think. What was that, trainers? It is a Mac, and now we have to rely on Dusclops to finish them off effectively. I know that Dark Pulse can be kinda deadly to us, but we can rely on Dusclops' bulk here, because even though we're Shadow, this Pokemon is extremely bulky. We can rely on that, we can survive. Final second, once again, the Ice Punch. This team is amazing and can get you there to those easy charge attacks to finish off the entire battle against whatever opponent you might face. So into the next one now, and we're having Vigoroth up on the lead. This Pokemon can be kinda troublesome because of how able it is to go ahead and spam its way to victory with those Body Slams, and of course this trainer knows that if they can go ahead and secure that Vigoroth for the end game, perhaps they can have a safer environment. But of course against a Ghost type, Vigoroth is gonna struggle a lot, since Bulldoze is gonna be its main answer against any Ghost type, and of course we got a Pokemon like Dusclops, which can tank those moves effectively. Earthquake here is gonna take both of them shields out of play, and now we have one more move, cheap move, to go ahead up against this Registeel. So perhaps if we could bait for the second time, perhaps we could get there to that Earthquake, but it doesn't matter. It's all weird hypothetical scenarios, and right now we're just gonna throw our Mac, try to drop this Registeel as low as possible, and now we can easily farm down. Vigoroth returns, as we have already said. Dusclops is gonna be on a very good spot against this Pokemon, and we have 2 shields, so by blocking one Bulldoze we kinda make sure that we can keep that final shield for the end game, and of course we can have as much as possible the HP limits of ours on a high level. At the back they have a Mew, so all we have to do here is to reach to a single Poltergeist, gonna block whatever that is. I know that even if they bait we can still reach to the Poltergeist, so here it is, the nuke. Let's see how much damage. Of course it's gonna be lethal. Poltergeist for big damage and Dusclops for the victory. Shadow Mac against Ninetales, so this Pokemon is pretty scary if you do not have a clear answer up against it. The best possible way that you can play around a Pokemon like Ninetales is gonna be a water type. I really like Politoed for this meta, especially up on the lead, but also as a safe switch. So anyways, we can still reach now to that Night Slash for cheap damage on the Clefable. We have the upper hand with those shields, and I might consider using a shield here, and hopefully we did, because this is no Meteor Mass at all, no Moonblast, instead the Psychic, and it could be lethal at this point. So anyways, able to completely farm down, and now we have the upper hand with those energy points on our side. Dark Pulse for big damage on the Ninetales, gonna switch out to try and catch a move on my Dusclops. It is gonna be the Weather Ball. And at the back they have a Granbull, so the battle is definitely not over yet. We can charge up as much as we can. Ice Punch now will take the shield out of play, and we have to rely on this Thunder Punch to secure the knockout against Granbull. And what did I say? Secure? Well, guess what? Because from a shadow to another, and a very glassy one, they can still survive, and we cannot finish them off now, because yeah, at the final second we're gonna take that revenge from the previous trainers, and we're gonna go down up against these Ninetales. And speaking of Ninetales, another one for the next battle. Let's see if we can play anything differently here, because on the Switch we're met up with a Granbull. I'm expecting a shield, to be honest, and right after I can pressure steel for another move, so I will try to go for the Earthquake, but at the last second I'm seeing that I cannot. But perhaps we can take 2 shields. No, they know better, and right after we have to go in with a Mac, so you can see as to how Ninetales can be kind of a troublesome lead for our team. Perhaps I can stay in with my Mac, but still I do not like my odds that much. Anyways, so we can reach now to that Dark Pulse, able to get that final shield out of play. And as I have witnessed here, a lot of Ninetales users are gonna go ahead and go for the shield, double shield even, against your Pokemon, because they rely a lot on those Pokemons. So right now at the back they have here the Machamp. A simple Poltergeist will do the work after we get hit also by a big move, by an overhit, which is crazy if you ask me, and we can still reach to the Thunder Punch before they do anything weird up against Ninetales, and Mac will secure this victory once again. So a lot of times with proper rotation around our Sandslash, you are seeing that Mac is turned from a leader into a closer, and that can work pretty nicely for this line. So rotating is gonna be a big key element for this team's success. So against Double, I always try to go for the Dark Pulse, because the Thunder Punch will never be enough to threat it at no HP, and the Body Slam now has to be blocked. I will try to catch one Body Slam now on my Dusclops. That was pretty easy to catch. I know that every 3 of those double kicks they can reach to a move, and of course I know that they had to throw, otherwise they could go ahead and shield my next move, and that was not gonna be appreciated by them. Anyways, able to still reach to the Ice Punch. We can still farm down and get out of here with an Ice Punch ready to go. They come in with a Mac, and even though we got hit by a payback there, you saw that Dusclops could still do a lot of solid work. Of course, as you can also see, my Dusclops is not at the best IV for Great League, so I haven't spent a lot of excels to build it up. So if you have one like my own with those decent IVs, you can still do a lot of solid work with your own Dusclops. This Pokemon is pretty amazing. Able to get now to the Night Slash for that Grimer. Another one. Let's see now if they can do anything weird up against me, because right after I will switch out to my Mac to finish them off and snipe them down. I was not in the mood with no shields to risk it for any weird play with my Sandslash. They see my Mac, they have their own, but of course we also have Sandslash, and they back out. So that is gonna be the end for this video. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you liked my entire team here, because this was a pretty fun video to create. And with that said, just be sure, trainers, to leave a like before you go, and of course subscribe to the channel, because those two things help a lot my channel to grow a little bit more every single day. With that said, thank you for watching, trainers, once again, and I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so. And yeah, I will see you all into the next one.